Do you know what it feels like when the people who gave you life act like you're already dead? One message. Just one. And it shattered me more than any battlefield ever could. My name is Elena Cross. And if you're hearing this, stay with me. Because what I'm about to confess isn't just my story. It's a warning. I came back from deployments thinking home would be my safe place. After the surgeries, the nightmares, the funerals of brothers I'll never forget, I thought Christmas would mean warmth. Instead, my phone lit up with one text from my father. Don't come this year. It's better that way. No, we miss you. No, how are you holding up? Just a cold dismissal, like I was a defective piece of equipment he could ship back. My mother? Silent. My brother? Silent. It was as if they all signed a contract to erase me. I stared at the blinking lights in my apartment window, a cheap strand I bought to pretend I belonged somewhere. That night, I replied with a single word, fine. But it wasn't the kind of fine that hides pain. No, this was the last fine, the kind you carve into stone. Let me rewind. At 18 I enlisted. Not to make him proud, he'd never allow that. His only words at my graduation were, try not to embarrass yourself out there. That was his love language, criticism laced as guidance. My mother lived in his shadow, whispering warnings to keep me small. Don't make him angry. And my brother Daniel learned fast, siding with dad meant peace. I called every birthday, sent money when the roof leaked, mailed flowers for anniversaries. They never asked where the money came from, never asked what it cost me, just cashed the checks. Sometimes they didn't even bother to say thank you. Still, every Christmas I hoped to walk in the door and finally feel like a daughter instead of a guest. But hope is heavy, and that year it finally broke. Here's the part they didn't see coming. Years ago, my father begged me to co-sign paperwork for the house. I was young, exhausted from service, and desperate for even a scrap of approval. So I signed. And buried in the legal jargon was a line no one noticed: ownership rights. Majority stake. Mind at so while he was texting me to stay away. He'd forgotten the cruelest irony. The house he was guarding already had my name written across it. That realization hit me harder than any bullet. For the first time in my life I had leverage. Not as a soldier. Not as his daughter. But as the legal owner of the very walls he tried to exile me from. I didn't storm in with rage. No. I drafted a letter. Cold. Polite. Final. Effective immediately. I will be assuming control of the property at 41 Hawthorne Drive. Certified mail. Intentional. Let them open it together. Let the silence roar when they realized the soldier they discarded had become their landlord. And on Christmas morning, as snow fell outside my cabin in the mountains, my phone buzzed with missed calls. My brother. My father. Their lawyer. Panic, begging, bargaining that I didn't answer. Because this time I wasn't chasing crumbs. Weeks later I showed up. Not in uniform but in armor of a different kind. Black coat, boots polished, legal documents in hand. My dog tags clinking like a warning bell. Dad opened the door, face red, spitting fury. You can't do this. This is our home. I walked past him without a word. My house. My rules. Mom trembled in the hallway, clutching a rosary she hadn't touched in years. Daniel sat on the couch, pale, lips pressed shut. This isn't a debate, I said evenly. As of this morning, this property falls under my control. You have 30 days to formalize a lease, or leave. Silence. Except for my father's ragged breathing. Finally, he roared. Relocate? You'd throw your own family out in the snow. I met his eyes. No. You did that the moment you told me not to come home. 30 days passed. No showdown. No apologies. Just silence. The kind that follows when people finally understand you're not bluffing anymore. I walked into that empty house on February 1st. No furniture. No notes. Just echoes. Scratches in the floor where the table once stood. A hollow where my boot camp photo used to sit. But I didn't cry. Instead, I turned that house into something new. A shelter for women like me. Veterans who came back to find their families had shut the door. We called it the Cross House. Now every Christmas I light a single candle on the porch. Not for them. For me. For the girl who once begged for a seat at the table, and finally realized she could own the whole damn dining room. So if you're listening to this, and you've ever felt unwanted, unseen, exiled from the very people who should have loved you, remember this: survival isn't just about making it through war zones. Sometimes it's about reclaiming the battlefield at home. Tell me in the comments, what would you have done if you were me? Because me, I stopped asking for permission to come home. I built my own.